Rhymes, how you doing today, sir?
What's going on, Mr. Wade?
I am doing fantastic, man. I am doing fantastic. You gotta tell me before we jump into it. How did the game go today? Did they win? How did they do today?
Oh, yeah. Y'all excuse me. I just got back from the basketball game. My kid was playing. They won.
Good
It's
stuff.
18-16.
Good
So
stuff.
my boy got a steal and a bucket, so he's happy.
Good stuff. See, I love it. I absolutely love it, guys. You know what? Many of you guys don't know Mr. Damien. I just quickly introduced what he means to me, but I want you guys to know Mr. Damien as well too. So, Damien, go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience, my man.
Well, hey, everybody. Damian Rhymes. I've been part of Black Heights community. God, what 2020 November, somewhere around there.
That's
It's
right.
been a good while. Early on, and I really appreciate Antoine doing this and the community and all the folks in the community. I've met a number of y'all, and it's just awesome to meet every one of you.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
yeah, I've been in the tech game for a little while. Started out in the military, bounced around. Did 10 years at Halliburton. If you check my LinkedIn. It's I got three Fortune 500 companies, and a nationwide bank. So and all those organizations I sold myself into. So I'm waiting to network myself into a role. It just hasn't happened yet.
That's it. That's it. That's it. See, I love it. I absolutely love it. So, Damien, let's start off talking about this. We wanted to talk about your journey in, layoff experiences, the job search, interview tips. Talk about your journey of what most recently happened to you and how you have to make a pivot within your career. Tell the audience about that.
Oh man. Well, first of all, I want to say, man, if anybody out there in the community, if y'all know somebody going through it, they lay off, looking for a new role, broke their leg, whatever. If you got their number, send them a text. Hit them up. Let them know you care about them. It means more than you know. So, I mean, anybody that got my number, if you got my number, use it. Like, there's a few of y'all I've reached out to. I talk to a few of you pretty regular. So, if you got somebody's number and they going through it, hit them up. Let them know you care.
Mm,
It means a lot.
mm,
But yeah, my layoff experience, I had been at Dell 2.5 years over there in the business org in the pre-sales, and making my way into sales. That was the plan. That's why I wanted that role. But early February, February 5th, I got a reoccurring meeting with my manager. Just keep a close relationship with my managers. But we get ready to do our call. I log on, and then somebody else logs on the call. And I'm looking at Teams. I'm like, oh, this lady clicked on the wrong meeting or something. And she starts talking. She starts with the HR spiel. I'm like, and it took me, good 10, 12 seconds. And I'm like, oh, now I know what this is. I had never been laid off before, but I had seen it done plenty of times working in the oil field. So the HR lady goes through her spiel, and I'm just spaced out. It's a lot to take in.
mm.
So, after we got done with the call, I know I'm doing well. So I asked my manager, like, hey, was there anything I could have done differently, performance wise? She's like, no. She's like, it was just strictly a numbers thing. She's like, I'm a high performer. And she was kind of sad that she had to, the decision had been made at that point. There's nothing I can do. I just want feedback.
Mm,
So,
mm.
so yeah, that was it took a little bit. I took and that was on Monday, so my last day was that Friday. So she's generally just give me time to start doing my search, getting my head ready. It was a little bit, I took a day and a half to just sit with it. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to soak it in. And it is a tough punch,
Mm, mm.
but
And let's talk about this, Damon. And let's talk about this, guys, because as Damien mentioned, he said something about reaching out to the folks that that potentially are going through it, right? Because what I know as a career coach is that it's going to happen to every one of us at some point in time in our career, right? Whether that is us working in a corporate world, it's going to be layoffs, or it's going to be cuts, and it's going to impact us in a certain way, or whether we are running our own business and we lose that big customer, right? And our money's not looking the exact same as what it was before. It's going to happen to us. Layoffs, 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 especially now during the time of the heightened concern of where the economy is going. It's still happening. right? And this was early 2023, where Dell decided that they wanted to lay folks off, and it impacted high performers. It impacted people who had a long amount of tenure at that company. And unfortunately, Damien was one of them, right? And it was a gut punch for him, right? It was a gut punch. I know there's many people who are going through it today, right? Of being a high performer and also getting that call. One of the things that Damien said that was important was rely on your community, guys. Put it out there. Make sure that you are tapping in with other folks so that they can help you in whatever capacity that they can help you in. But also, guys, for many of you, who are in the community, reach back out. Reach back out to the folks who are going through this, because, those phone calls mean a lot, right? They mean a lot. And it's important to do that. And it's important to be a part of a community that does care, who does reach back and so forth. We have some folks who are in the BH community that this has happened to. And there's folks who are reaching out, and there's folks who are keeping tabs. And even myself, if I haven't necessarily reached out to everybody it's happened to, I know what's going on, right? Because I speak to people regularly within the community and so forth. So I just wanted to make sure I reiterated that. But Damien, continue on, man. Talk about that. Talk about that experience, the manager feedback. Obviously, you being a high performer, it was a numbers game. It had nothing to do with your overall performance and so forth. It just had to do with, at this point in time, companies are choosing to lay people off to get back to a number that is comfortable for them with Wall Street and so forth. But continue on, sir.
Yeah, when you get that tap on the shoulder, the decision already been made. There's nothing you can do, and I've seen it enough. I've been around enterprise, big corporations enough. I know that decisions been made. Nothing you can do. Just do your best to manage your emotions.
Mm,
It was tough. I mean, I took it on the chin, and I just wanted some feedback from my manager, which I knew was going to be okay, because I've just been a top performer all my career. And another thing that, even though I was financially, I had put a little money away. And here's another thing I see going around. I mean, I guess it's good advice. They say have 3 months of expenses saved.
mm,
I would say 3 months of take home pay.
mm,
I didn't have to change my lifestyle that much. If I wanted to go out, have dinner with the family, or hang out with the Black Heights, get together at the vineyard with the chili cook off. Like, it wasn't a big deal. The only thing it was is my mental state. While I'm out doing stuff, I'm thinking like, man, I should be at home, applying for jobs, researching, doing my thing. But yeah, it was just as far as the layoff experience, it sucked.
mm,
That's
mm,
just it. Just sucked. I'm gonna
mm,
be honest with you. It sucks.
mm.
But do what you can to be prepared.
I love that. I love that. That's a huge element of it, guys. It's something that we talk about on the channel as well, too, is the financial elements of it, right? So this happened to a big brother of ours, right? It impacted him. One of the things he said was, you know what, guys, it sucks. It absolutely sucks. It absolutely sucks. You know what? I talk about articles that I come across where this has happened to, the HR director and some of the other folks that this has happened to, and it absolutely sucks. That's what most people say about it. And you have to get your emotions in check. You can't really make the decisions right away and so forth, because you have to really understand where it is that you ultimately want to go, right? So, what I tell people as a career coach is, don't make any decisions right away. You have to take the time to really understand where you are, understand what your plans are going to be. And typically that takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in order for you to get to that clarity that you need. But always have somebody that you can go and talk to. It's important. And that's why for many of you guys, if you aren't part of a community, join the Black Heights community. Guys, I mean, like, one of the things where, I remember Damien, it happened to Damien, and first thing he did, he sent me a text message, right? And I got him on my calendar right away, because I knew that it sucked, right? To begin to, give him, my knowledge of this happening and some of the, ways he can go about this process that he's getting ready to entering, and the clear state that he needs to have and so forth. So guys, if this is happening to you, or this does happen to you, make sure that you have somebody you can call. It could be me, right? Book a coaching session, www.bokheights.com. Or it could be you contacting somebody that you is a mentor or a coach to you. Make sure you have somebody that you can actually call. And one of the important things that he also mentioned was the fact that saving for a rainy day, guys, the financial elements of it. You know, when the corporations do that, you know, they give you severance packages and so forth, right? But it's still important to have your financial body in place and make sure that is sound. And Damien basically said, you know, they say have, 3 months of expenses. No, he's basically saying have 3 months of your take home pay, right? So if your take home pay is $5,000 a month, you want to have 15,000 saved up for yourself, right? Not your expenses. You want to have 3 months of your take home pay. If your take home pay is $10,000 a month, you want to have $30,000 that is in your savings account or in some account that you can actually get access to that's liquid, so that you can continue to live the lifestyle that you were living. Or if you need to cut back, that's fine. But you're not going to make any rash decisions and, have to sell a house, have to sell a car, have to sell your kid's kidney or something along those lines, because you're going to lose everything. Right. So that's very important. I love that you said that, Damien.